Hi everybody, my name is Pamela Murphy with ELC Extraordinary Life Coaching, and I've been talking about the journey within and the fairy tale and how we get out of the fairy tale. And something amazing happened to me this week. I'm always still growing. I'm always still learning about things about myself and the awareness and all that, the things that I'm trying to help people understand. I'm still going through that. So this week, I've had not really a challenge, but it's been a little bit of a struggle and challenge, especially with things that, just a struggle. And the other day, somebody that I know asked me why do you always self-doubt yourself? And that was a question that hit home, because when she asked me, I didn't have an answer. I don't know why. I kept saying, I really don't know why I do that. So, that was on Friday. So, of course, driving home and doing all that, and I got home, I just guess what I did? I stuffed it away. I pushed it down and acted like it didn't really matter, right? But when I woke up yesterday morning, it hit me in the face, and I had to write about it. And a lot of it came from things that happened to me before I was 6. And I don't remember any of it. I remember bits and pieces, but I don't remember the whole thing. And I do remember eventually having to, live with my dad and my mom. I do remember that because I was 6 years old. And I remember when I first started coaching with somebody, I said, I didn't even exist until I was 6. Well, that wasn't the truth, but that was my truth. So my self-doubt sort of started back then, because I allowed people to make choices for me. I allowed myself to compare, and I always wanted validation. Always wanted other people to validate me, because if they validated me, then that meant maybe I then could validate and see my own worth. So my self-doubt was my awareness. My awareness came out, because the self-doubt I have is my confidence is probably 80% better than it ever has been. My worth, the same. But that 10% that's there that I've told to push down and I'm going to be okay, it's popped up. And the great thing about it, that is awareness, that I actually stopped, quit pushing it down, and just acknowledged it for what it was. And it was that I still feel like I need people to validate me, to say, hey, you're really good, you're okay. I don't really need that. I need to validate myself. We need to validate ourselves. But we wait for our peers to validate us, or we wait for our family to validate us. But at the end of the day, it has to be us that validates us. But you can't do that until you actually not acknowledge the awareness in you when it pops up. That's what I'm talking about, that pushing down, because that's what I did. I pushed it away and pretended it didn't exist, but it was still there. It was still gnawing, chipping away, right? Just like I'm going to use my dog, for example. He has this blanket that it's got so many holes in it, but if he sees me touch it, he runs to grab it, right? But it's like we need to throw it away, but he's not going to let me do that. It's the same thing. It's like us gnawing at ourselves, saying no, push it down. It's okay. You need to, when you get these things that come up, I'm going to tell you, you have to give it a name. And this one was my self-doubt, because I had to look it up. I literally, I know that's crazy what I'm saying right now, but I literally looked it up to see what self-doubt really meant. And it was me. Looking for validation, no self-worth, confidence is very low. And so I had to acknowledge that yesterday. And I wrote for a long time about it. And then I had to be okay with saying, I'm safe now and I don't need that. But the main thing, as I've been talking about in the fairy tale and, the burnout, it's the awareness. And things, sometimes for me, I feel okay, I understand it, I'm acknowledging it, and I feel like I have really when I feel it, I put my hand where I'm feeling anxiety, or, just in my heart saying no, whatever this is, I'm okay. I'm good. We are safe, and it will go away. But our mind and our nervous system, we might tell it one thing, but it's like, no, something's off, right? You always have to be willing to acknowledge the self-awareness. And to do that, it's that journey that we have to start within. And that is amazing. But if you start within and then you emerge out, you're this confident, amazing person that you already are. We just don't ever acknowledge ourselves as that. And for whatever reason, you know, something might have happened to you in high school, college. For me, it started very young. So I've not had it. I've had to build up the steps to that. And I released it yesterday, and I told it, thank you so much for being here to protect me and to keep me safe. But I no longer need that, because I am going to validate myself. I have confidence in the things that I want to do. I realize when I speak, even when I'm on video, like I haven't done video in a while, because when I look at it, it's like, God, that's like pathetic. But you know what? I didn't have that confidence about what I was talking about. In my heart, I know it. But, you know, I did the things that, you know, they say you're supposed to do, have a script, So I'm trying to remember it. So again, trying to perform. Well, today I'm not performing. I'm telling you from my heart, we can't, as we get burnout, we get disconnected, we do all this. But the journey that really starts is when you can say, what is this? What is this I'm feeling? And then sit back and allow it to come up. Just acknowledge it for what it is. Write about it. Write it down at that moment. Even if you're at work, just, you know, like, God, what is this? Right? You get angry all of a sudden, or you just like, you're ready to like, you like, I have cone heads in my head sometimes, like, you know, when they're like eating that Subway sandwich, or the FBI's coming after them and they're like, they're running around. That's in my head sometimes. My head is going like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. But it's because up here, it's saying something's wrong. So it sends a message to my body. And I'm like, no, I'm good. We don't need to worry about that. But I do. And it wasn't a worry. It was just my confidence. And the lack of my confidence, even though it's, to me, it's probably only 10%, and maybe it's more, but I'm not looking at it from that point. But I'm just saying the journey within starts when you can acknowledge and just see the awareness of what's going on and acknowledge it. Acknowledge it for what it is and just work with it. And you know, it doesn't always go away. It never goes away, because something will always come up as you level up in your awareness and things. You get so sensitive, you notice it more and more. But you need to start noticing it and just love yourself. Don't judge it. Don't put a judgment into it. I'm great at that. I am great at judging myself so hard that I can't even see that it's not that bad. You know, don't judge it. Just love it for what it is. Love yourself for it. Love yourself, because your self-awareness, you're acknowledging who you are. You're saying, that is not me no more. That's an old pattern. And figure out what that old pattern is and what caused it. And then you work toward healing that. And you're not broken. Everybody will say, oh, well, you're broken. No, you're not broken. It's just what we had to do to protect ourselves. And this is what we did to survive. This is what we did to be successful women. So my thing to you is today, love yourselves and just be your authentic self, and just notice when awareness comes up, just notice it and love it for what it is, because that's how the journey begins. Hope everybody has a great week. Always remember to just, in the morning when you wake up, you're walking outside to get in your car, the sun's up, be grateful for that day that the sun came up and you're walking out to your car and you're able to still do that. That's how you do your gratitude. So have a great week, everybody. I hope you have a great week, and blessings to you all. Thank you. Bye.